item here. So instead of directly passing our query params, let's write our rules. So I'll say URL params conditions. And after we are going to also add the role conditions. But for now, I'll say if query params exists. For each item inside these params, we are going to create different where condition. So let's say for each item, and since it's an object, we can use object entries. Let's say const key value of object entries. And we are going to pass here query params. And it's going to return us all the items inside the params. And we can use here the if block or switch case. I prefer using switch case because we have certain rules. It cannot be something else. I'll say key. And if the key is class ID, we are going to return our where condition. Remember, it was lessons, sum, class ID, parse integer, and the value. And of course, it can be undefined. To prevent this at the beginning, let's write here an if block. I'll say value shouldn't be undefined. And to use this expression inside the where condition, we should assign this to somewhere. Let's say const query. At the beginning, it's going to be an empty object. And we can change its lessons field. And to prevent any possible mistake, we can write here our type, and it's going to come from Prisma, our table name, and its where condition fields. Let me show you. I'm going to import Prisma, that comes from Prisma client. And if I say teacher where input, we'll be able to use all these fields in the where condition. And it's awesome because we cannot make any mistake here. If I say something unexisting, it's going to give me an error. And also it's going to be much easier to write our conditions because if I say query dot, we can see all our options here. This is why we are using Prisma. Everything is much easier. Let's take this back and let's use this query here and here. Let's come back and write our condition, class ID 2 and perfect. Class ID 3, different teachers, but if I say 10 for example, it's going to be empty because we don't have a class number 10.